Fife breaks through. Speaking of all-time greats, how good is he?
If you're David Mundy, you can do anything.
Brayshaw. Oh, he goose-stepped beautifully. And a couple. Herky-jerky, shake and bake. Magnificent.
Welcome back to the Flagmantle Podcast, brought to you by...
Me?
Yes.
Oh, we don't have a sponsor to
We
put
don't.
in there.
Yeah. Calling
if
out
you're
any sponsors.
if you're listening and you have like maybe $20, and actually this is what we should do. You know, I'm going to set up a
Fund Me page.
You know, what are those things where you can buy someone a coffee? You know, I've seen Restump do them, and I think every week if we get someone to buy us a coffee, they'll sponsor our show for that week.
Yeah.
I think maybe I do that. So if you want your name or brand or something, I'll make it like $5-10 or whatever, and buy us a nice little coffee, and then you'll be sponsor of a show.
Yeah, of this show. How cool is that? Like a little miniature sponsor.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows anything footy or any brand actually, just get
Even if
around it.
you sitting at home on the couch watching this on
you've
YouTube,
got a
listening on
business,
Spotify,
anyone.
if you're just sitting there and your name's Dyson, we can have this. We can have. Oh, that's a bad example because that's the name of a brand. If your name is Alex. If your name is Alex and you're sitting at home, or you have a regular name and you just want to have your name sponsor the show, we can do that. We can go, who's a fan of the show? Who've you got that's a friend? That's
Send
a
us a
fan of the show?
text, and then just
Do you have
get
a
us
name
in.
of someone that listens to us?
No, there's a lot.
There's a
I
lot.
hate to be that dude, but there's quite a lot.
There's a few people.
There's a few people.
If,
I can
say
name
for
one.
instance, my girlfriend Jess, right?
Ah.
If Jess wanted to sponsor the show, send in $5 via this platform. We'll figure this out in the next few days.
Mate, can you send me $5?
And then we can do the Flagmantle Podcast brought to you by Jess. Thanks
Yeah.
for the so I think that could be. What do you think that's all right?
I think it's a bloody brilliant idea, mate.
With this $5-10, we can probably bring some better content your way. So
Absolutely, but it is
Yeah.
time now for Flagmantle versus.
let's do it.
The contest that matter in this quarter. Great build-up. Ace searching. It's been a long time coming. That one.
Boy, turnaround. Fremantle had a shot at goal to make it 30 points. It's now back to 19. Sarong feeds it wide to O'Driscoll. Puts the hammer down. Has a bounce. Runs to 50. Drives it long.
Flagmantle versus the Adelaide Crows this week. We are playing the Mighty Crows in Adelaide, enemy territory. First game this year I'll be seeing from the couch on TV, unfortunately.
Oh, look at
been-
you.
I've been seeing
Shut
some
up with
games
your
this year.
private game. You've seen all the Fremantle games, haven't you?
I've been to them all this year, yeah.
What are you and your old
I love
person
the
money.
footy.
You love the
It's
footy.
me and my dad, mate. Me and my dad go to all the games. But
I love that little bonding thing you guys do.
yeah, it's nice. It's like the only time I spend
Dad,
designated
can
with
my
Dad,
dad do
so-
that? Like, nope.
Oh.
He doesn't after
Oh.
a Fremantle game, I walk into the house and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, how did the boys go? And he's like, yeah, we lost. And he's like, didn't surprise me. Oh, they're going nowhere, the Fremantle Dockers. And I'm like,
Yikes.
and I have a full-on conversation, but like, he's the one who got me into it and now has given up. I mean, I'm not going to give up like you, Dad.
No.
I'm calling out for all my Freo homies who have lost all their faith and belief in the Fremantle. Guys, it's not over. We are going to be the Flagmantle, the next movement. We are the movement.
We're Flagmantle for a reason.
You
We
guys
are
are the-
on the road to obtaining a flag.
And you know what? Because all the pain right now, it's going to be like nothing in comparison to what happens when, we actually win that flag. There's nothing that's going to trump it. Eagles, if they win a flag, oh, great, we won a flag. Oh, it's really
Who
cool.
cares? Who actually cares?
Fremantle have never won one. If won one.
Won
It's going to be outstanding when we do. And anyone that's been there long term is going to have tears of emotion because like the amount of crap we've had to go through. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I've only done it for 6 years. You've done it for longer.
I've done it for a
And some
decade.
people have done it for two, nearly 3 decades.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, I
it's
have
crazy, isn't
one
it?
image you should keep in mind when you're thinking about Freo and the happiness you could achieve from it. Think of
Matthew
Caleb
Pavlich as a
Sarong.
baby.
No,
Oh,
okay.
no, sorry.
Think of Caleb Sarong, bandaged head at the MCG.
Glendenning, Alan
with-
Medal.
No, but
Oh,
imagine this:
sorry.
bandaged up at the G, and he's got a premiership medal in one hand and the Norm Smith medal in the other. Big old smile on his face, man. That would just we need a flag. Okay, Adelaide is how we do it. We have to beat the Crows.
In the land, it's Flagmantle versus and Adelaide Crows.
Yes.
They've been all right.
I've got some numbers.
They won last week's showdown, and we
Yes.
won our showdown
Yeah.
derby. You got some numbers for us?
Yeah, so I looked on my phone before the show, and I found out the Crows were actually the most potent forward line when kicked inside 50. So
Oh, crap.
out of
Oh,
every
crap.
team
Oh, crap.
that have kicked it inside 50, Adelaide have the highest chance of scoring from that inside 50. It's 56% or something ridiculous like that. We're traveling in the mid-40s, so it's not great from us. But this is what worries me. I think we're able to withhold that. But what worries me is that they're only 7th for marks inside 50, which means they're generating all these scores, but not from marks inside 50s. It's their smalls doing all the work. It's Rankin, it's who's the other one? Rochelle, it's McAdam, it's
And
Pedler,
Sam Berry could be coming in.
Sam Berry. They're doing some
Jimmy
really good
Rao,
work.
what's his name?
Jimmy Rowe?
Rowe.
Didn't he get
Rao.
delisted?
No, he didn't. Did he not?
Yeah, he got delisted last
I
year.
swear he was
Yeah,
playing.
because the Bulldogs were
Oh, my
interested
bad.
in him, remember?
That's my bad, because I
Different
saw a
player?
photo of him, and it must have been a highlight from last year. Oh, look. Oh, I've been a sucker. I've been suckered in.
Oh,
Well, forget that. They've
Yeah.
still got a very dangerous forward line. mate.
Their small forwards are elite, mate. And if we go into match committee next, we'll tell you how we plan to defend that a little bit. We've got some tactical changes that we would make personally because their smalls are just going to run rampant. Adelaide. I mean, Rochelle kicked 5 in us on his debut, and Rankin is obviously the player Rankin is becoming. He was subbed out of last week's game. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if he'll play. Or no, that's Rochelle. I'm not sure if Rochelle will play next week, but we'll see. No Fogarty, according to Realcar earlier. He's got a knee issue.
We're getting to the medical
1
room, aren't we
week.
not?
Yeah, so we'll talk about that now, actually. Darcy Fogarty, 1 week with a knee, so it means we won't have to see him on the weekend.
Bloody great, isn't that?
Thank God.
Yes.
Yes, Heath Chapman, 3 to 5 weeks with his, what was it, a calf? Calf complaint, real car?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a calf. No, Shane McAdam.
Heath Chapman.
Oh, Heath Chapman.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong player. Look at Fremantle.
Oh, good.
Heath Chapman. He's out for 3 to 5 weeks.
Yes.
Around there. He's got a calf injury. Unlucky. He's he's been propping along pretty well, and we probably needed his hand this week anyway. Because Flagmantle, the dream last year all started because of that fist.
He generated Flagmantle last year.
That wingspan was saved with one punch of the ball. Yeah, well, it's unlucky. But Heath Chapman, we're going to go into match committee next about who we think can fill that void. So stay tuned.
Also, Fife is not playing this weekend, or so I've heard. He's ruled out for the weekend. No, Nat Fife. We're expecting him to see him.
He's actually a TBA.
Round 5?
He's a TBA. So
yeah, but they've drawn a line through him. I don't think he's going to play.
He's got a plantar fascia.
Oh, fascia?
Yeah, it's like the muscle
Fascia?
part. Yeah, it's like not the muscle. It's like the bone part of your. I'm pretty sure it's like your lower leg. I'm pretty sure it's like.
Is that the bit under your foot? Because the bit under your foot,
you know
the,
what?
like tendon there.
We've got a beautiful thing called a computer right.
Yeah,
in front
can
of
you Google that? I think it's the one under his foot. The what do you call it? The bridge of your foot. You know?
Yeah, you're right. It's down the exact straight middle of your feet. So I've had it before. It actually kind of hurts. I didn't know the name for it, but it's when you get that muscle pain right in the center of your
sharp
feet.
one.
Yeah, it's like a sharp.
Feels like a needle being. Yeah,
it's like
I've
a
had
needle
little
being
bit of that.
pinned up in you. It's what happens when you put too much pressure and too much weight on that foot. I'm flat foot, so shout out to flat footers out there.
Oh, if you're a flat footer, send us a picture of your feet.
Yes.
We're totally not going to do anything with them.
Yes, we'll start OnlyFans with them too.
We'll send them to Foot Finder.
It's a heel pain, apparently. Yeah, it can develop as a result of overstretching, overuse, or a medical condition.
Oh,
And that's your, weekly doctor update from Realcar.
the doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's time to get into match company, mate. That's right. Bloody match committee, mate, where we have the problems solved. We have the players coming back in. We have the
We know
answers.
what to do.
Yes.
We're qualified.
Fremantle, chuck us up. We're qualified as hell.
I would love to sit in a match committee meeting and tell them all what to do because we know that what we are saying is correct.
We've been in the AFL community before, mate. We already know. We're just fans.
Justin Longmuir played for a decade,
Who
then
cares?
went into coaching after. It don't matter. I've been watching football for 10 years, okay?
I've watched
I
more
kn-
footy games than he has played, so yeah.
Exactly.
Talk
So
about it, mate. Talk about it.
quiet down, Justin Longmuir, in the match committee meetings because we will take it away. So we have some outs to go through before we can go through the ins. Can you
Mate,
walk me through who we've dropped?
So unluckily, we've got Heath Chapman. He's out for a 3 to 5 week basis, so not really good
Oh, no.
for the back line. But don't stress.
That's okay.
We don't care because we've got
Oh.
Walker, my buddy, bloody Walker. Let's go, mate. Woohoo!
Woo! Brandon Walker, the stud,
Mate,
the Don,
the Don,
Brandon,
the Brandon Dog Walker.
Dog Walker.
The Dog
Yes.
Walker.
Was that from his time on the Gold Coast hub where he took his dog for a
No,
walk?
it was here.
Or
when
was it here?
There was a lockdown.
Oh,
and he
yes.
came back and he was meant to stay inside his house for like a few
Oh,
more
but he-
extra days, but he
yeah.
took his dog for a walk and he got in trouble. He got a fine or something.
Damn, poor dogs during lockdown couldn't go out for a walk.
I know, right?
Yeah,
This
a
poor
bit
dog
shit.
had to just do circles in his lounge room. Well, with the
Poo on the carpet.
yeah. Oh God.
I've
even
had to
start.
deal with that before. It's not fun.
But yeah, I've got Walker coming in for Chapman.
Mm.
I just think, and you think as well.
Yes, we
'cause
think.
Darcy Fogarty's out. Forward line's a bit shorter,
Mm.
and I think their smalls are the most dangerous part of the Adelaide forward line. So I got Walker coming in. I think he'll do that tagging and that obviously the much needed speed off the half back. I think he's going to be the answer. I don't know why he hasn't started the on the defense. I think it was a bit stacked.
I think Wilson was a bit more like solid.
I think he'd
Um,
been pushing for it as well because
Yeah.
he's talked about how hard he's been pushing over summer, and I think the coaching knew like, hey, he's actually done pretty well and whatnot. So yeah, with that, it's great. It's I can see Nathan Wilson and Brandon Walker. Like think
They
of
can
it.
play together.
Hayden Young, Brandon Walker, and Nathan Wilson.
Half
Jordan
backs.
Clark. That's four.
Hey.
That's four speedy boys.
Yeah, and
off
then we've
halfback.
got Luke Ryan who can
And
play on smalls.
half of them can play.
Pierce is quick.
half of them can play wing anyway.
That's true.
So there's going to be like a little midfield switch, which brings me to my next
Mhm.
player that's coming in, Matthew Johnson. I think he did enough to hold his spot and also get himself in the side. I think if you give him a full game, give him the game. JL, I think if he does, get the experience at Adelaide Oval in front of those in that crowd and gets a full game under his belt, I think he'll benefit a lot from it. From just 28% playing time, he got 6 disposals and he set up a goal and did a few other neat things. Tackled quite nicely as well. So he brought the pressure.
And he's clean. He's not fumbly. He's one touch.
100%. All those 6 disposals, 100% efficiency, which is fair. But let's say times that by 4 quarters, that's 24 disposals.
To
pretty
be
much.
completely fair, though, he was on fresh legs when everyone else had just played a whole game of football.
Yeah.
So the
They're fair.
stats might lie a little
It
bit.
may be flattering, but
Yeah.
why not give him a go? I think Matthew Johnson deserves one. A full game. So I've got him and also Walker coming in. So they're the two ins. So
Outs
Johnson.
are obviously Chapman.
Yeah, and obviously everyone's going to be shouting right now at the podcast.
I have a request, mate.
We have a request.
So
Oh,
this
no.
this second player that we are omitting, we're dropping Ethan Hughes. Real car, you've got to pretend to be Justin Longmuir. I'll be Ethan Hughes, and you have to break the news to me that I'm being dropped.
Am I JL?
Yeah, you're JL, I'm Hughes, and you have to sit me down in a meeting and drop me.
Okay, Ethan Hughes, mate, you've done quite a good job over the past couple of weeks, but I've had a few emails and a few letters from the fans. They want good old Brandon Walker back in. I know he's better looking than you. Don't cry. But I just don't know how to break it to you, mate. You're out of the fucking team. Go back to Peel. What are you doing? What noises are you making, mate?
requesting a trade. I'm going to North
Where you going, mate?
I'm going to North Melbourne.
What the fuck was that? That was the best acting I've ever done. I've done drama from year 7 to year 12, and that was my best.
Oh, we should
acting.
do that whenever we have to cut a player. We have to like act out them being dropped.
Oh, that's too fucking.
This is
funny.
why we have a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So, and as the sub, we've got Brody. We've got Brody coming in. It's a difficult one because a lot of fans right now will be screaming at their phone, "What the hell are you doing? Why isn't Brody in the side?"
We liked the look.
know.
We liked the look of the midfield without him. It looked a lot
I think
quicker.
Sam Satowski came in, provided
he was
that spark,
good.
but I still think he has a part in this team, Brody. Don't get me wrong; he's one of our best midfielders when he's playing. I just think this could, if you trial him as a sub, that could be potentially something good. He could, be
especially
that
as
sort of sub.
as there's fresh legs towards the end of games when everyone else has gone down a level, and he can run through the middle, burst through stoppages. Everyone else is tired and he's not. I think it could be a good little strategy Freo could employ. Could also allow them to maybe move a midfielder forward or back the ball at the end of games. Maybe O'Meara because he's on the older side, or maybe push Brayshaw to a wing, less contact on his body, save his career a little bit.
Yeah.
But look, we'll see with Brody. I think he'd be a good option as a sub. Are you ready for the next segment, Real Car?
Mate, I am absolutely indulging in this little thing right here. Let's go.
Yes.
Locked in.
Locked in. So our predictions for Fremantle. Real Car, what are you looking at, mate?
I'm looking at the timer. Apparently, we've been going for 58 minutes, but I'm like, no, we have not.
Nah, look at that one.
Oh, that was...
Look at the one to your left.
Oh. But
Left,
16
left.
minutes.
Left.
Why is that one there?
I don't know. I think that's the other recording
maybe.
area.
No, maybe. Oh, sorry,
a
guys.
little...
Throwing you off.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so
We'll
so
be back. Technical difficulties.
Beep. So locked in, mate. Locked in. We need to do our tips for the Fremantle and Adelaide game. So who have you got? The
Freo by
Dockers
6,
or
mate.
Freo by 6? I got the Dockers by 19. I think we really, bounce our season off this game. I think it's a bit of a, those slingshots where you pull it back, and then you let it go and it flies. I think that's what we're doing here. We've been pulled back for the first 2 games. Didn't have a great Eagles game.
Mate. This is going to be a
and then we release the slingshot and off we go. So hopefully our season's a bit like that. And I think we do that by beating the Crows by 19 on Saturday morning.
Mate, absolutely. Let's get into...
hey, we still need best on ground.
We need...
Adelaide,
are we doing that,
opposition
or are we
watch?
going to do the games, all of them?
Nah, we're doing the Freo one first, and then we'll...
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You go first.
No, well, Freo by 19. I think our best on ground is probably going to have to be a defender. Because if it's not, the Crows are just going to score a bunch. I think Brennan Cox stands up in this game.
Absolutely.
And is best on ground, especially with no Fogarty to take care of. I think Thilthorpe and Walker is a lot easier to deal with than Thilthorpe, Walker, and Fogarty. So I think Cox gets a lot of ball. And I think opposition watch probably Ben Keys. I think Keys is a bit of a
tricky
bigger,
one.
explosive
Great
sort
year
of
last year.
midfielder. Yeah, he's yet to sort of fire this year. But I think against some of the smaller mids Freo have that he definitely could.
Yeah.
So watch out for Ben Keys. And is there anything else for Freo goal scorer? Nah.
Should be right. I'll go obviously Freo close one by 6. Freo by 6. I think it's going to be a very nice close game. It's going to be very heated. I think there's going to be a bit of biff and baff there, left, right, and centre. I think we're going to get right under their skin and bring the game to them. I think BOG. I got Luke Jackson. I think this is his week.
Yummy. Yum.
Luke Jackson, 20 hit outs. I think. 22 disposals and 3 goals. He's going to have a 3-vote game. He's going to show everyone, hey, guys, look at me. I'm Luke Jackson.
I am worth 900K.
I'm worth 900K and more.
And more.
Even if he does half of that, I'll be happy.
Million K. Yeah, honestly. Well, that's kind of what he did against the Eagles. And that was a pretty good game. He had 12 touches, 7 tackles, 3 marks, 17 hitouts, and 2 goals. That's a really good game by anyone's standards. So, yeah, I think Luke Jackson could totally stand up this weekend. I think that's a fair call. Opposition watch for the Crows. Who have you got?
Mate, I have Isaac Rankin. I think he's coming straight in and he's going to be kicking 5 goals. I think he's a dangerous one. That's why I've got Walker coming in, adding a bit of speed, add a bit of, he could possibly tag James Ash. You've suggested tagging him. He's going to be our number 1 threat. Watch out for him. He thrives with the crowd. And
big time.
It's going to be dangerous. He's going to be probably the player that kicks the goal after the siren and we lose, and I'll be crying.
Let's not go there.
And I'll be crying.
Shall we do the rest of the tips?
Yeah, mate. Let's get into it. I got Thursday, which is obviously the day right now, probably that's coming out, or even.
Yeah, I'll drop it at like 3:30 or 4 on a Thursday, so that
Yeah.
people have a chance to get home from school and listen.
Yeah,
and
hey guys, we're going.
Hey guys.
Which is great. So we got Collingwood and Brisbane Lions
At the Gabba.
At the Gabba. I'm going with Collingwood. They're gonna keep their impressive run of form. They're an outstanding team. Craig McRae, their players smiling left, right, centre. Collingwood by 23 points. I think they're gonna win quite comfortably, and it's gonna be a close game. But Collingwood way too powerful, way too handball over the top. The attacking pressure from them. All the players look invested with their brand of footy. Collingwood are the premiership favourites, and I think they're going to win.
I've actually gone for the upset here, Real Car. I'm going for the Brisbane Lions by 7 points.
How could you?
I think the Gabba is going to be very hard to play for the Pies. I mean, a bit of a slippery, damp
A few lights could go out too.
A few lights going out too doesn't help, especially when they're wearing black and white. But yeah, I think the way Collingwood plays, you're not going to get one touches.
They're going to have to
all throughout this game.
They're going to have to wear fluorescent, like glow in the dark uniforms.
Oh,
Imagine just watching like glow in the dark.
Or if they had like
players.
glow sticks, like like glow stick necklace.
Yeah, or like
that'd be
with
fun.
with the headband, they can have like
They should do,
the glow headband. Stuff like
Glow in the dark like zinc.
Yes,
That'd be sick.
and like the boundary lines, glow in the dark.
Oh, and a
they
glow in
should
the
do a
dark
night-
footy.
They should do. How cool would that be?
A
Like how fun.
midnight footy.
And like, imagine the horrible commentators. They'll be like, "Oh, who is that to?" Oh, blah blah blah.
It wouldn't even. No,
Sean
'cause
Darcy. Oh no, that's Sam
No.
Satowski's balls.
What
That's
we
my fault.
do is all the jumpers will be black, but all the logo and the number, and we're putting names on the back of the
Yeah,
jumpers for
definitely.
this.
Yeah.
And that's all going to be glow in the dark. So you're going to have maybe like a purple Freo logo on a jumper, and that's going to glow. And then on the back, it's going to be a purple number.
So we're preparing this. Should we ask the
Yeah.
AFL to do this for the upcoming game?
I think it should be a feature in Gather Round.
Gather around.
Yep.
Just turn the lights off
A
at
midnight
Norwood
game.
Oval. Just
Yep.
like, and just send them out to the bloody whoop whoop
Yep.
to Adelaide training camp. And
Yep.
Just like make them do, push-ups and
let's-
blindfold.
Let's not
Let's
do that.
blindfold them at night with glow-in-the-dark uniforms. How fun would that be?
Let's not do any camps in Adelaide. We saw how well that ended for the Crows last time. But I think the Lions here, I think they've got a real crack because Melbourne followed them up to the Gabba and they got thumped really. They only really came back after the break. But it was sort of just universally accepted that, Melbourne are the premiership favourites,
Yeah.
but they lost to the Lions at the Gabba, and that's okay. That's how good Brisbane are at the Gabba, and I think they'll get the job done over the Pie. So I've got them by
Tipping
7
is going to be
points.
very interesting. And
Tipping
we're gonna
was
get up-
hard
We're going to
last
get our
week,
tipping
man.
up very, very shortly. So
Yep.
the winner of the round, and also we're obviously chucking our tips in right now. North Melbourne Carlton at Marvel Stadium Friday night. It's the Easter match.
Oh yes,
It's the Easter match.
Easter Friday?
It's the Friday match, which
Yeah,
is going to be
fun
nice.
Friday.
I can watch the game this week, which is nice.
Nice. Blues are winning.
Blues are winning. It's going to be such a boring game. Actually, I think North Melbourne, if they can bring back their form from 2 weeks ago, they can surprise Carlton. I just want a close game. That's all I want, But Carlton, they'll win it. They need to. If they want to play top 4 and their fans
Yeah.
are calling for it, they need to win this one.
I think they're going to win that one. The
We
Blues.
We just talked about Adelaide and Freo.
Both tipping Freo. Yep.
So that's on a Saturday morning, obviously. Heading into Saturday Arvo, we got Richmond and Western Bulldogs at the MCG. It's going to be close. I think Richmond,
No,
though.
it's not. I think Richmond smashed them
Nah,
straight out of the park. I don't think the Bulldogs are any good this year.
really? I mean, they did win last week, and it wasn't really.
Don't matter.
It wasn't really
I
impressive.
don't count it.
It wasn't an impressive one, was it?
It wasn't it wasn't a very open game of football. It was quite hard to watch, and I think maybe the Lions fell down to the Bulldogs level a little bit and sort of played there, and that's how the Dogs won. So I think Richmond, given that they are Richmond, and maybe Hopper or Dusty come back into the team.
It is a
I
home
don't
game
know.
for Richmond as well, so
It's a
hopefully
home
the
game for-
crowd can get out.
Yeah, so I think Tigers win this.
St Kilda, Gold Coast Suns. That's at
Saints.
Marvel Stadium. Saints. They're marching on in and Ross Lyon.
Ross the boss.
Stuff for you, mate.
Nah, I like the Saints because of Ross. We sacked him. We can't be mad at him.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
It's like if you delist a player, you still like the player, but if they request a trade, then you hate them.
yeah.
It's like that.
I'm salty, bro. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Sydney and Port Adelaide at the SCG. Sydney,
Swannies.
I've got them rebounding after last week's unfortunate loss against Melbourne.
Mm.
I didn't think it, really reflected on their team as a whole. I think there's a few players out for Sydney that weren't meant to be out in the last minute. So, what do you call it? Peter Adams didn't do very well. Brody Grundy also.
Peter Adams plays for Collingwood, doesn't he?
No, he plays for Sydney. Peter Adams.
Oh, I'm thinking Billy Frampton. My bad.
Laddams. Yeah, Laddams.
They're
plays
the
for
same
Sydney.
player to me.
Yeah,
Billy Frampton and
and they well, I'm pretty sure they're both from Port Adelaide. Yeah, they are. So
that's
they
probably why.
they played at Port Adelaide or Adelaide Crows, whichever one. And and Brody Grundy. It's weird to saying he played for Melbourne and he did dominate Peter Adams. So
yeah,
he was looking like a very good little pickup for Melbourne Demons, especially since Max Corner's out. Essendon and GWS at Marvel Stadium on Sunday morning. I've got Essendon. They're going to rebound. GWS, they look like they're in nowhere.
I've got the Giants.
Really?
I don't think the Bombers are that good. They haven't really impressed me in any game they played this year. I thought the Giants were competitive against the Eagles a couple of weeks ago. But I think the Giants are going to get this one done here. I think they've got enough talent, especially with players coming back into the side. And I just don't see it with the Bombers. I just don't.
That's fair, mate. Fair. I got Essendon, though. It's going to be a close one, though. Eagles and Demons. Eagles all the way. No, I'm joking. It's Demons.
You scared me a little bit. You gave me a jump scare.
Demons at home. They've played at Optus before. They know how to play there. We all know why. Eagles, credit to them.
Too injured.
They're way too injured now. They're not
cooked.
even a chicken. They're a plucked. They're a plucked seagull, mate. They're not even.
Oh,
they're nothing.
a plucked seagull.
Yeah, the feathers have been plucked.
Oh,
off,
like a
but-
naked seagull.
A naked seagull. They're nothing.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we did that, by the way.
Yeah,
with your potato gun.
I mean,
so that's
I did not bring a potato gun to Optus Stadium, and to anyone that works
I
there,
just see like
I
the eagle
didn't.
just like circling above like the food, like the mascot one. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
got like a BB gun,
Just shooting it down. Oh, you know how people like hunt?
You need
shoot?
to leave.
You know how people shoot like clay for sport?
Yeah.
Like clay gets
Oh,
shot
yeah,
into
yeah,
like
yeah.
discs.
Should we like put them in a cannonball like those cartoons and send the eagle out?
Yeah, and then like take shots with the potato gun. Yeah. We
Sorry, guys,
are
getting
not
carried
for
away.
animal cruelty on this podcast.
Yeah, we love animals.
I've actually adopted 2 rescue dogs myself. So
I can't say I have, so kudos to you.
well, you've adopted me as your friend, so I'm a bit of a rescue. So thank you very
You're
much, Real Car.
Right, we love rescue. It's all right.
Easter Mondays, the Cats and Hawks, pretty much the only rivalry game this round, but both teams are sitting 18th and 17th on the ladder.
Right, who would have thought that? Start of the season.
Yeah.
Geelong now are at
the
the
worst team in football.
Yeah, pretty
0-3.
much. They could technically go 0-4 if Hawks get up, and
I don't think they will.
I don't think they
I'm
will.
tipping the Cats.
Yeah, I am too. But like for God's mercy on them, if they lose this, damn, I don't know what's happening.
Fire Chris Scott.
They've got
Fire
the worst
him.
hangover. I've had hangovers. This is a hangover.
Oh,
It's already getting pretty bad. They're gonna have a huge headache.
I think I've had some pretty bad hangovers in my day, and my parents can attest. But this is worse, man. This is 3 weeks hangover.
And against pretty easy teams.
I mean,
They lost against Gold Coast.
yeah, they lost to the Suns at Gold Coast, which is hard. But to the credit, they lost to Carlton and also Collingwood, who are both very good teams.
Yeah,
So
top 4 at the moment.
Gold Coast was winnable, but jeez, man, 0-3, not looking good. They'll win this week. They'll win on Monday.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yes, absolutely. We've got to get into those Q&As before you guys stop listening to the podcast, because you guys probably need to go to bed. Mate, you sent the bloody questions in, so we're going to bloody answer them. That's how it works here. You're listening to Q&A here on Flagmantle Podcast. Yeah, mate, that's bloody right. We got Anna Sokovolsky. Sam Swiatowski is underrated. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Facts. I think he should have won the Ross Glendinning Allen medal. That's how important I thought he was on the weekend.
Wow. That's a very bold statement, but I'll back that. Liam Powell's land. Do we have Brody out? We've already discussed that. We have him as a sub, but
so like
he
50-50.
I think he could come in. I wouldn't be surprised if he falls back in and
Yeah.
Johnson's as a sub again. But yeah, it is what it is. Jev Buck 0 changes for round 4. Already went through
Done that.
if you've come into this one. Jack Gray unofficial. Can you guys please recreate that Freddie celebration in the studio?
Oh, okay. Nah.
No.
I don't want to break my neck. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Julie Char. How do you feel about Liam Henry's performance from the first 3 rounds? I thought they were right.
It's an
making a
improvement.
lot of fumbles, but
Yeah,
that's
he's-
probably distracting a lot of the Freo fans from what he's actually doing.
Yeah.
I think he's been a great connector. I think he's elevated his defense better than last year.
His
a whole
defensive
lot.
running has gone through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Dylan Furakovic, should Henry keep his spot? We've already said yes, I think he
Think so.
does. Adam Wilson, where does Fife go? He's on the injury bench at the moment.
Yeah, just in the GP.
Okay, Katie Elliott, you've sent in 5. I'm going to have to
5?
disqualify you. No, I'm joking.
5?
Katie Elliott.
Actually?
Yeah, finals hope still alive. Yes.
Yes.
Any thoughts on next week's game?
Win.
Win. Any advice you'd give to JL? Put
Win.
us as the selectors. We're
yeah,
good
yeah.
selectors.
Include us in the match committee meetings.
Yes, I want to be
Yes.
not like an official, but I want to be at the back of the room with the coffee machine next to me, and put my hand up and be like,
Hey,
Um,
I've got an idea.
"Hey, good idea.
Hello.
Shut up."
Watch real cop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Katie Elliott again. One thing you would do to change about the player's position. Wait, one thing you would change about the player's position.
Whose position in the team would you?
I
I
don't
said
know.
Switter to the midfield, and that's happened.
I think Switter will be playing as I predicted. Sorry.
Did you just steal my thing?
Yes, as I predicted. Sam Stowski should be playing 60-40 as a midfielder.
Yes, I think Jago Amir could spend some more time forward, and he did on the weekend. He played out of the goal square a
I
little
think
bit.
his elevation of his pressure, Sam Sutowski, goes to another level in the
Oh.
midfield because he realized, hey guys, I'm in the midfield now. I can
Yeah.
do something. Hey,
Yeah, I got
Let-
freedom.
why are you guys being so fat and slow?
Yeah.
He has the energy.
Freo, fat and slow, no mo. Sam Switkowski is at the dough. Yeah, the
think we-
bars.
Do you think?
Bar.
Do you think we were? Do you think we would have won if West Coast had not had all the injuries?
Yes.
I think we would have still.
Yeah.
They had a few. They were already losing.
Too old, too slow,
Yes.
too broken.
Yes.
We're winning.
Okay, Katie Elliott, you're done.
Done and
You've
dusted,
been banned for 3 weeks now. Why is Henry and Taberner still on the list?
Taberner is an interest. I think he's just there for structure and height. And
Yeah.
Um,
Leave him be. I think he's at the back of the selectors room and he's like, hey, guys,
he's sort
play
of
me.
protecting the younger forwards, I think. So I'm not too fussed about that. And Henry the same. He's going to make mistakes. Get used to it.
I think the confidence of Jai Amiss will go down if Tabs is out because I think if Tabs is there in the picture.
Well, a better defender goes to Jai as well.
Yeah.
If
And
Tabs is not playing.
exactly. So Tabs gets given a defender. That's really good. And Jai can, play on the third defender, fourth defender, which is really good on
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. Mate, so we've got Ryan _King, who makes AA for Freo this season. Good question.
So far?
I've had
Walters?
Brendan Cox. I think Brendan Cox, his form at the moment,
I
is
think-
all Australian.
Cox, Ryan, and
But
Walters.
Victorians won't admit that.
Walters kicked 6 goals in a game and a bit, right? So he in 5 quarters, Michael Walters has kicked 6 goals. I think he's right. He's a sneaky chance to be in the squad, but I think our best chance at the final team is Cox or Ryan.
Absolutely. We'll go through these real quickly. Caden _Bonnie. Appreciate your account for real. Keep it up, bro.
Aww. Aww.
Makes my day.
Love
Makes
you.
me cry. Manny Ospitalopostola. I'm sorry.
Dabba doo.
Long shot question, but thoughts on giving Banfield a shot in the wing?
I was sort of thinking, I thought about this the other day, and I thought maybe we could bring in a tagging wingman, right? And I sort of thought, maybe not for the Crows, but maybe if we get to Melbourne, I thought we could use a winger to sort of, with the way...
His mic has been...
No. Am I back on?
Yeah.
You can't turn off my mic. I had to think about this the other day. If we play against a Langdon or something, we could just bring in a Banfield to sit in the outer side of the wing and make Langdon play on the skinny side. So, but no, I'm going to say no.
That's fat shaming. We don't do that anymore. Oliver Warren, surprised or not, that were considered the underdog. That we were Instagram doesn't really do it well, does it? Surprised or not that we're considered the underdog versus Adelaide this week, and I mean,
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
We deserve underdog status in this game.
Underdog does us well, to be honest.
Yeah, I love being a dog. Woof woof.
Thomas.Riley
Lob.
_1. Sweeter is an absolute gun. He is.
Facts.
Sam _Pato Ace. As a Crow supporter, thoughts on next week's game, please. We've already been through that, but I really appreciate
Yeah,
you
the
as an
question.
Adelaide Crows supporter in our potty.
I'm actually really nervous. I think the Crows have a good
They're
shot.
actually stalking us. They're preparing. They're getting all the information. They're listening to all the podcasts.
And they're gonna give him the information.
Sam, what are you doing here, mate? What are you doing?
To the Adelaide coaching staff?
Yeah, they're going to give this to buddy Matthew Nix. I don't know what's going to go. AFL Amusement, Tabitha is him. Yes, he is.
Is he?
Roy Lobb is him, AFL Amusement.
He/him.
Shut the fuck up. Campbell, Hinch, Liff. 3. How does Henry get a game? He does, because he's stepped up from last year. Max _Watkins _ is Switowski the best footballer in the world? Because I do.
Brownlow.
Everyone's hopping on the Switowski.
I love it,
I've always been a fan of Switowski, and I love it. It's great.
I love Switter. He's probably one of my favorite players at the moment. Oh, man, he just needs a better number. 39 kind of sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Give him like a 1, honestly.
Who's in number 1 at the moment?
Like,
Sam Sturt?
Sam's.
Oh, yeah. He'll get number 1.
Yeah, at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Jeremy _Cooper 5. Discuss Liam Henry. We have discussed him.
In depth.
Scott _Raby 709. Can we build from this win? Absolutely yes.
Yes,
Will
slingshot.
_Koyokuren 2007. What are the keys to Freo beating Crom this weekend? We've gone through a bit
Discussed
of
it.
them. But
Defend the small forwards.
defend the small forwards.
Move the ball through the middle.
Silence Rochelle and Rankin
Rankin.
more often. And just keep the pressure up. And it's honestly pressure.
Yeah.
If you can beat the crowd and stay on top and
Need to
be
come out
mentally
early.
okay, you need to start off well, because if you get left behind by 3 or 4 goals, we're not coming back from that.
Well, especially with the crowd, we start off early, silence them, and then they're sort of taking out the game
and
a little
then
bit.
we are ahead. We have the pressure off us. We can keep on kicking goals and just defending, because the defense is our thing. So the best way to win a game is to come off strong and use our defense to our benefit and whatnot. There's probably way more. In a second, opening up the chat podcast. Bang, we have to go through these very quickly. There's not too many. Anonymity, sorry, I can't even say that, is epic. From our current position, what qualifies as a pass mark in terms of our ladder position? Top 8.
Pass mark.
I want
At the start of the season, it was top 4, and now it's probably. I'm gonna say.
I want to still say.
I'm gonna say
top 4.
win a final.
I want to still say get into top 4. That's the elevate, like the promise. Because at the start of the season, we set that as a bar, and we need to keep it there.
I think we win a final and be in the same spot we were last year, despite being a younger, more inexperienced list. I
It's
think
going to be
that's a
Brisbane
win.
Lions as 2018, 2019. Kate _Parameter, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Do you think Brody should be put back in the line up next week?
Kind of. Sub.
Sterling _Stewart, your dad.
Me.
What's with all the mustaches? Hey, what is going on
Chill
here?
out, my friend. My dad.
We're trying to look older. It's impossible. If I shave this, I look 16.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's the only reason I have it. I don't want to look 12.
I don't want to look 12. Mitchell Fry, is Jimis our saviour? Yes, he will be in short future. Locky TMs, if I can get 1,000 followers on Insta, can I go on the pod?
What you can do is if
Start
you
a
get
Fremantle podcast.
if you get
If you get us a sponsor, you can hop on the potty.
Okay, yeah.
If you find a sponsor for us,
I like this.
you can jump on the pod, and you have to give us connections and pretty much secure a podcast.
Yeah, you have to do all the work for us.
Just turn your pod.
And then you get a microphone in
You're
this
our
chair that
secretary.
we're not going to turn on for you during the pod. If you can do anything meaningful towards the podcast, we'll invite you on for a certain show or period of time, depending on how cool we think the thing was.
Absolutely. M Hunter K01, is Freddie's flip the best celebration ever? Yes, in a derby, and also probably of all time. It would be cool if it was in a cooler, like a environment, in a final or like a grand final.
Nah, it would have been OD if that was in a final. That would have been too much, I think.
Yeah, true.
But oh man, that's why you go to the footy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Nathaniel _Rinsma. I asked this before, but it didn't work. Do you think Sarong will get more Brownlow votes than Brayshaw? As of right now,
he's probably ahead.
It's probably just ahead of Brayshaw. Brayshaw hasn't had a too dominant start to the year, which I think could, halter him from winning the Brownlow. He'll be up there, but Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Sarong had a way better game than Brayshaw
I could
last
see
week.
both players landing in the late teens on Brownlow votes, like 15 to 18 sort of vibe.
It's a Fife Neil situation all over again. Those
Yeah.
two are very good midfielders, and they're always going to be stealing votes off each other. But they work really well together.
Yeah.
And they both dominate when they both play together. Freo normally win.
I still think they're a bit one-paced and we need a bit of X factor, but
Absolutely, I think that too. Will_Kurokan 2007. What do Freo still need to improve on from last week? We went through a bit of that before, so make sure you listen in. We got Would You Rather, mate. We have to wrap it up.
Yep. Right, do you have the questions, Real
Yeah,
Gar?
absolutely. I have
Awesome.
them right now. So,
We're just gonna give our instant answers to these questions. No explanation.
D Meldrum 7. Have Nick Dacos or Harry Sheezel? Nick Dacos.
Nick Dacos.
He's a star. Anonymity is epic. Trade Brennan Cox or Caleb Sarong? Brennan Cox.
Sarong. Key defenders are harder to find.
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah. Who would you rather have in the team now? End of career Pav or Prime Fife? Prime Fife.
Pav. Wait, end of career? End of career Pav
end
or
of career
Prime?
Pav.
Prime
Fife. Yeah, easily. Zach_Negus. Negus.
Yo.
No, he did that to
Am I
trick
going to
me.
have to...
No. That was Negus.
Spell his name. Spell it.
Negus.
Okay,
Negus.
that doesn't...
Negus. That sounds bad, doesn't it? I'm cancelled.
What's the question?
Mate, you're going to have to go. What time is it right now? 40 minutes into the pod, okay? And you got to listen to that. Yes, you are.
No.
You're beeping that. You're not cancelling me, man.
No.
That's so bad.
You're getting cancelled.
And you... Yeah, that's shocking.
Sorry.
Change that name, Zach. Would you rather get the wooden spoon or lose to Eagles in the grand final?
No.
Wooden spoon, mate. That's a real
give me the spoon.
I'm not
Honestly, I'll take the number 1 pick if it means I don't have to hear anything from Eagles fans.
That infuriates me. Freo in focus. Prime Five or Prime Pav? That's a normal
Pav.
one. Pav. Would you rather be the best coach at Freo or be one of the star players at Freo? Star players.
Coach.
Nah.
I don't want my body
getting...
be
different. You always got to be different, don't you?
No, because I don't want...
You always got to be different.
I don't want to have to, like, train and, like, do games, and I don't want to do that, especially at that high level,
You get
man.
money, though. You get good money.
Oh, yeah, but you get more as a coach.
Star players, you get paid away.
Coaches earn more than players.
Let's
for
say
most teams.
I'm Rory Lobb and it's star player. I'm getting paid, what, 700,
Coaches
800?
also have longer careers. They make more money over the course of their career.
But you can become a star player and then you can become a coach afterwards.
Yeah, well, then I choose both.
Always cheat the system, mate. Hayden Lucas _ would you rather Freo win the granny by 1 point or 100 points? 1 point.
1 point.
That'd be a
That'd
bang
be
up.
sick.
Because then everyone would be like, why were they in the grand final?
As long as we win.
Yeah, as long as we win, you know?
It doesn't matter.
Will_Kurokan 2007. Who does Fife replace if fit this week? That's not a would you rather, so that's disqualified.
Disqualified, not answering.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, bro.
I'm really sorry.
Sorry. Is that it?
Yes.
We done?
Mate,
well,
we've
mate,
just hit the
it's
42
been
minute mark.
42 and a half minutes. It's been a good podcast. This is coming out Thursday, probably about 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or probably 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's good to have you back in the studio. I'll see you again next week after the Crows game.
See you then, mate. See you later. Go Freo. Go Flagmantle.
Go doggies.
What?
Sorry. Thank you for listening to the Flagmantle Podcast. It's been an honor hosting, hasn't it, Real
It surely has been, mate.
Can you please, we are begging you 5 stars on Spotify. It means the world to us. It lets us
I'm on my
get
knees.
off your knees, mate.
Yes, I'm on my knees,
But
guys. Please.
It helps us push it out to as many people as we can. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, anything else, Real Car, Twitter,
anything
YouTube.
social media, honestly.
Anything social media, we have it. So please follow us on there. 5 stars.
Except
don't
for
forget.
OnlyFans.
We're also on Apple
OnlyFans.
Podcasts, so if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, follow us through there. Google Podcasts, the same. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace.